This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpine Community College with Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Brad Summers from the Boys and Girls Club of Alpena. Hi, Brad.
Hi, Nancy.
So you're open, things are rolling, and you're seeing great increases in numbers.
Yeah, we're just finishing up our spring break week. We've seen a large uptick in increase in attendance on a daily basis. We have a lot of the programs that we're doing are structured to help support the kids academically, socially, especially right now socially. And just get them more resources and skills right now that, sometimes they're, if they're sitting at home or whatever the situation is, we're trying to help them along and give them that outlet to come and, socialize with their friends and interact with their mentors and give them volunteer opportunities. Okay.
And I know you always do different programming. So what kind of programming do we have going on right now?
Well, right now, the tutoring program has been, really successful. Trying to get, the kids back on track, some of the ones that are struggling a little bit. Especially if, it's inside their homes, parents are working, especially where you have two parents that are working. And, towards the end of the day, it's hard for parents sometimes to carve that time out to just specifically sit with their kids and do their math and science and social studies and that kind of thing. So, we have a lot of kids that are signed up to be within our building where we're helping them with tutors or peer-to-peer tutors where the kids are helping out, other kids like older high school kids helping out junior high or elementary school. Doing those kind of things to give them those resources. And of course, a lot of the, sports activities right now, especially it's now warming up a little bit outside. So, kids are really excited to start playing some baseball and some basketball outside. And, you've got March Madness basketball going on. So, we've got a lot of young people that are really engaged with some of those activities. And then, of course, just the playing pool and bumper pool and foosball and
just like you said, the socialization, being able to be around kids. I mean, I know as of right now, the kids are supposed to go back to school right after spring break. I'm not sure how that's all going to turn out, but just to get to see kids, not just in school where you can't spend time with them. And so I think it's really a great thing, and I'm glad your doors are open. And I know you do a great job of keeping everyone safe.
Well, thank you. I work with a wonderful team of youth development professionals, and my administrative staff over there has just been really rocking it when it comes to listening to the kids, what they want to do. We want to see kids in our building. We want to see kids taking advantage of the things that are available to them. And, of course, the food program is really beneficial for the community and the kids, and some of the other things that we're doing. The teen nights that we've had have just been incredibly well received by.
And that's a hard group.
Yes, that's a hard group. It's personally my favorite group. To really to talk with. You can treat them like young adults, but know they're going to make some mistakes and help them and guide them to make better choices. But we've had, just on the last teen night we had 43 kids show up.
Wow.
And that's incredible for junior high and high school. We do fun things. They go down to Dairy Queen, or we have like fun activities planned for them on Fridays. And but once we start seeing that population really increasing, and listening to them, a lot of it just revolves we're so excited to actually see each other again. We see each other, maybe once a day or twice a day at school if they're in the same group, but sometimes these kids are missing each other. And it's pretty neat, from just a year ago hearing school, or, oh my goodness, and now it's oh, I can't wait to go back to school. And I want to be in there, and we want to see our friends and engage and play and talk and do fun things. And
capital campaign is ongoing.
Yep. It's
you just raised $4,000 that you didn't anticipate.
That's right. Eric Peterson challenged me to a beard off competition. And didn't realize how well received facial hair would be on a shave or save our beards. So that was pretty cool to undergo something like that. It's a really fun way to engage some new donors to our capital campaign, build awareness in the community about what's going on, and energize people about what we're trying to do with this new building and how it's going to help the future of our community and the young people make better choices and support our future leaders.
Right, and we have just about enough time to mention the Youth of the Year.
Yep. So Allison Hazinski, she is our Youth of the Year this year. Wonderful young person. She is going to be doing a show in April, I believe it's April 20th. We'll be competing against the other 15 organizations, 15 other Michigan-based organizations, to hopefully win that competition and move on to the regional.
Woohoo!
But each year we select an extremely wonderful young person who, exemplifies what our Boys and Girls Club is, and just exudes, the positive nature that we have as an organization and the things that we want to teach the kids. She's been a wonderful youth volunteer corps member for quite some time and done a lot of really wonderful things in the community to help out so many other people, and a very mature kid for her age. I shouldn't even call this person, call her a kid. She's a young adult that's gonna, do wonderful things in life. And we're just happy that she's supported our program and that we can support her and, have her as an ambassador moving forward.
And then everyone watch Facebook, because there's going to be another Shave or Save beard competition with you and Jack Davison.
Yep. So we're going to be extending this opportunity. As you can see, my beard is still here.
And Brad wants his gone.
And in some aspects, it's like I said, it's a great way to raise some money for our capital campaign. And I know that the person, Jack, definitely wants to retain his beard. So there's definitely going to be a big push to keep his beard. But it's a competition. I don't like to lose. So
That's true.
Whatever it comes to, it comes to. But it was fun when Eric and I were doing it, and we have some wonderfully engaged board members that saw the opportunity to continue this, and we're going to do that.
Okay, so for more information, watch Facebook. And any information on the club, 356-0214?
Correct.
Okay, I remember. Been a few years, but hey, that number always sticks in my brain. But thank you so much, Brad, and thank you and your staff, too, for keeping the club open while dealing with COVID and while dealing with all the situations and taking care of the youth in our community, and while working on a new capital campaign and a new building. My kudos to you and your staff. I know you're under a lot of fire there, and keep up the good work.
Well, thank you so much, Nancy, for everything that you've done to support us and talking about our programs and advocating for our cause.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll
be right back with some information from Huron Humane Society following these messages. Hi, welcome back. I'm with Cindy Johnson from Huron Humane Society. Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Nancy. How are you?
Doing very well, thank you. So you're telling me it's kitten season.
It is kitten season. We have moms that are exploding. So we have 5 pregnant moms, and 4 of them have given birth. So we have kittens. It is kitten season. They will continue to come in.
And just makes me so sad. Spay and neuter those pets. That's ridiculous. Thank goodness they're at your place and they get taken wonderful care of. But the ones out on the streets and in the barns and in the yards, they're not.
Yeah, sometimes it's sad what happens to them out there. So yes, spay and neuter, spay and neuter, spay and neuter.
Please.
We can't say that enough.
So cats, if you're interested in a kitten, look online. You can see them and you'll know when they're available for adoption. Get your application in.
Yes, and you can actually pre-adopt. Quite a few of the kittens that were born in the first couple of batches already pre-adopted.
Okay.
So people see certain kittens in colors that they like, boy, girl, whatever they see, and they go, oh, I really want that kitten. We do allow them to pre-adopt the kittens. They just know that they can't go home for at least 8 weeks.
And then you're having some dogs coming in?
We have 14 dogs coming in on Monday. They range from anywhere from 4 months to about 2 years. Most of them are average. With the exception of the puppies, the 4-month-old. And those will be smaller dogs. They're kind of an odd mix. I can't even remember the mixture now, but we laughed when they told us what they were. But they will be a smaller dog, but then probably 40, 45 pounds is about the top of where the other dogs. So good-sized dogs. And we'll start putting those up as soon as we get them in and the paperwork's done. They will go on our website.
So if you're interested in getting a dog for your family or a cat, go on the website, look
Yes.
at them, get your application in, because it is a little bit of a process.
Yes, Huron Humane Society Inc.org will get you to our website, and you can see what's available. If it's up there, it's available. As soon as they're adopted, they still might be at the shelter, like the kittens, but they come off the website.
Okay,
So
all
they're-
right. Clark Construction.
Yes, we put in an application for Clark Construction does a Living Our Values program. They do a project every quarter locally. It's a really good company, and we were chosen this quarter.
Yay.
And they're helping us redo Cora's Colony. So after many years of, cats doing what cats do, because they used to live in there, we actually, every cat has a kennel. They spend the day in there, so it's their free time. By putting every cat in a kennel, we can determine who's eating, who's not eating, who may be sick, who has the runs, all of those things, so we can better address their issues. And if they have any issues, then they don't go into the colony until we figure those out. But they used to live in that room.
I remember.
So, yeah, so after many years of them doing that, it smells. So we're going to redo that room.
I saw somebody painting and drywalling in there
Yes,
today.
Yes, and we're excited about this. So we've taken out all the bad stuff, and they're going to come in and help us put in new walls, new floors, new catwalks. We're even putting in a television set so that we can put on, birds or fish, whatever that we think that they may like. They can watch it on the screen.
Wow.
So, yeah, so it's going to be
And a
big
special thank you to Home Depot, too.
Home Depot is always supportive of HHS and many organizations in the community. So special shout out to them for helping us make this happen
Yes.
too. Yeah.
Pause for a cause.
Pause for a Cause. Troy at Feral Cat Tattoo is doing Pause for a Cause for us again this year. The dates he's doing it is April 12th through the 16th. You can either go to our Facebook page, all the information is up there on how to jump in on that, or call the shelter at 356-4794 and we can give you all the details on that.
Sounds wonderful. And you have a food pantry. Someone has a cat or a dog. They don't know what to do. They can't afford the food anymore. You can help.
Yes, it's tight times for everybody, and we do have a food pantry, and right now it's pretty full. So if you have cats or dogs or several of each that you need help feeding, we can help you right now. So please
Wonderful.
call us. Yeah.
And every time I watch a commercial on TV and I see the Bissell family talking about a portion of their proceeds go to pets, I always wonder, but then I remember, yes, it's very visible in our community.
Yes, it is. We have been fortunate enough to be selected to do the Bissell events as well, and there will be one coming up in early May. They haven't released the details on dates and stuff yet, but as soon as we know that, we will pass that information on.
Wonderful. And you still have your bottle drive ongoing.
Ongoing. Please bring us your bottles. It's really helping to sustain what we do. Right now, we can't fundraise in person, nor can many nonprofits. So this is a way that we can continue to bring in funds to help us do what we do.
And it's really easy. There's a little cage right out front. I just went today with 2 small bags, opened it up, set bottles inside, and felt good about it.
Yep. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes.
We can't thank you enough.
And then also needed items. Always, if you feel like you can't donate time and energy, or if you don't have money, you can help in smaller ways.
Yes, you can. We can always use wet cat food. With the amount of cats and kittens that we put through the shelter, wet cat food is something that we're always out of. Laundry soap, dish soap, bleach, those sorts of things that we use on a daily basis to clean, keep everything neat and tidy. We're always struggling with.
And what about volunteers? Where are you with volunteers right now?
Volunteers, actually, we've had a lot of volunteers, especially kids on break, came and helped volunteer. So we are letting in volunteers. We just need to know when they're coming, so that we kind of keep the number of people in the building to about 10 at a time. So we are taking volunteers. The kids in the community lately have been just fantastic. So if you want to volunteer, call, set up a time, and it can change from week to week. If something happens that you call and say, I can come on Tuesday and you can't, just let us know so we can fill that spot with someone else. But we are letting volunteers in at this time.
And in retails, I'd like to encourage people to come in and check out retails. There's a lot of stuff, and it's not all pet related.
No.
There's all those butters and spoon jams
Oh,
and
yeah.
all those honey things. Ooh, yummy.
Yes, we have been working really hard on retails lately, so it's revamped again. We have lots of new items. It really looks fantastic right now. So we encourage you to come in and shop at retails. It's an arm of our fundraising, so that helps us as well.
Yes, and some really unique items that you won't find anywhere else if you're looking for gift-giving ideas.
Yes.
Okay, so now if someone is interested in adopting a cat or a dog, what's the first step?
They have to fill out an application.
Okay.
Those applications are on our website,
Okay.
here on humanesociety.org, or our Facebook page. We actually added an application to our
Ooh,
Facebook
wow.
page. It's kind of easier for everyone because they see the cats on Facebook and they think I want it, and then they go, where do I go? The app is now on the Facebook page too. so,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Okay, so go and do that, and then go from there, pick out your animal. What about people coming in to see cats and dogs?
But as long as they call, when they know they want to come,
Okay.
and we get them on the schedule, yes, they can come. Now, if you're just out and about and you think, hey, let's run out there, most of the time we can get you in.
Okay.
Most of the time we can get you in. Might have to wait a few minutes especially at the counter, if somebody's doing business, you might have to wait a couple of minutes before we can let you in, but we will get you in.
Okay, we're out of time. Thank you so very
Thank
much
you
for being
so
here.
much.
Look forward to talking to you next month.
Thank you.
Please stay tuned for Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster, president of Alpina Community College. We're going to do a solo edition here today on Good Friday, and I'd like to bring you up to speed on some things that are happening or have happened recently at the college. So one of the first things that I'd like to talk about is an annual report that the college submits to the United States Department of Education. Every college does. It receives federal dollars, and that's virtually all of them. And this is called IPEDS, the Integrated Post-Secondary Education Data System. That's what IPED stands for. And our 2020 report came back from them. And IPEDS collects data from about 7,000 institutions that provide post-secondary education across the U.S. ACC is one of those. The 2020 IPEDS report arrived recently, and here's some of the data from it. The data is customizable based on comparable institutions. So we compare ourselves primarily to the small rural Michigan community colleges known as Group 1 schools. That would be Bay College in Escanaba, Glen Oaks, Gogebic up in Ironwood, Kirtland over in Grayling, Mid-Michigan, Montcalm, North Central and Petoskey, Southwestern and West Shore. These are the Group 1 community colleges, and we're in that group. So our report is customizable to the data from those institutions. And some of the highlights from this year's report, our average net price of attendance, that is what it would cost on average for students to go to ACC, is less than half of the comparison group, $3,177 versus $6,619 for the other 9 schools in aggregate. This is a significant difference. I think it represents financial aid of a high-functioning operation there. Also, the work that the foundation does to provide scholarships for students to defray cost. Our tuition and fees is even with the comparison group. This is significant because many of the smaller schools have a larger tax district than ACC does, which just has Alpena County. So if, for instance, Kirtland has 4 counties they obtain tax dollars for, this provides more of a funding base for them than ACC has. And how that's generally compensated for is higher tuition by places that have lesser tax capture. So we are able to keep our tuition and fees even with all these other schools, or at least the average of them, which is significant. Our graduation rate is 25% higher than the average of the other 9 small schools. This is significant. Graduation is a very nuanced metric. Our dual enrollment and our early college students, for instance, don't factor into this metric. Our certificate students don't as well. The focus here is the first-time, full-time degree-seeking students. So these are our associate degree students. How many of them complete in 150% of the time? In other words, in 6 semesters. How many of them obtain a credential from ACC? And we are 25% higher than our comparable institutions. Generally first or second in the state. Gogebic is always up there with us. And the rate is 36%, which may seem low, but when you take out those groups, you also take out students who may go 3 semesters at ACC and transfer to U of M or MSU or Ferris. Those would not count. They would count in the data set, but they would not count as a success in graduation rate. Yet many of those folks get exactly what they need and want from ACC in 3 semesters rather than 4 and move on. So these all factor into that number. And in our core instructional expenses per FTE or full-time equivalent student, in other words, what we pay for instruction or invest in instruction is $7,900, almost $8,000 a student. And our comparison group is just over 7,000, 7,058. So what that means is we have more full-time instructors. We pay them slightly better. They have more seniority. And I think that certainly correlates to a higher graduation rate. And so these snapshots make sense to me because they connect dots that reflect what we do at the college and its impact, positive impact on students. And then the other thing I wanted to share with you is ACC was named the #2 community college in Michigan by a group called Next Advocate. And I think I'll just read this. Using data from from Department of Education and individual reviews, a higher education rating and marketing organization named Next Advocate has compiled a list of the 2021 best community colleges in Michigan. The college rankings are intended to help students maximize their return on investment by identifying schools with affordable cost and good earnings potential post-graduation. Based on net price, which we referenced earlier, and 10 years average earnings post-graduation, which is a very complicated, difficult data metric to obtain, but it has been obtained. Next Advocate ranked ACC #2 best community college in Michigan on their list for 2021. Now this is comparing us not just to the other 9 small schools, but the rest of the schools in the state, and some of them are large, like Wayne County Community College, Oakland, Washtenaw, Schoolcraft, Macomb, Lansing, Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo. These are very large schools. So Next Advocate had us as #2. Washtenaw was first. They serve Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti area. And West Shore Community College at #14 in Ludington was the next highest Group 1 community college. This is the small group that I referenced earlier, after ACC. So according to the award notice, Next Advocate helps people looking to make career changes and focuses on promoting community colleges and technical schools in all 50 states. They do this all over the country. It's a great way for people to gain new skills. And according to them, ACC made the list by offering great overall returns for their students. So I agree with them. And I think ACC is a great school. We appreciate everyone's support of the college. And personally, on behalf of the staff and trustees, and we wish you all a very happy and peaceful Easter season. And thank you. We'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your host, Nancy Smitham and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.